All right. So let's say you're thinking about
Yeah.
getting yourself a new car
Uh-huh.
in 2025. Right. Well, hold on just a sec. Okay.
Okay.
Because before you go running off to the
Yeah.
nearest dealership,
Yeah.
we need to sort of talk about some potential
Roadblocks.
road bumps
Yeah.
that might be out there when it comes to
Absolutely.
buying that new car, your dream car.
Buying a new car it's
Yeah.
a big purchase, and
Yeah.
it's something that we need to make sure we're well informed on.
For sure. So today we're going to be looking at, how some of the
Yeah.
trade policies of President-elect Trump
Right.
could kind of steer you
Yeah.
in a totally different direction.
Could be a very different car buying experience.
Yeah. So we've got this article here,
Yeah.
and it outlines, President-elect Trump's
Right.
plan to kind of bring back these heavy tariffs
Yeah.
on foreign-made goods. And
Right.
yes, that includes
It sure does.
cars.
Yeah.
Now, just to be clear, this isn't totally uncharted territory for us.
Yeah.
We saw similar moves,
Right.
when he was
During his first term.
in office, his first term. Yeah. So what it basically boils down to is it's
Yeah.
like adding this extra tax onto imported cars to make them,
More expensive.
yeah, more pricey.
To encourage people to buy American-made cars instead.
Yeah, exactly. To give that little,
Yeah, to support American businesses, American jobs,
yeah, to support American jobs.
American economy.
Yeah.
But that added cost could be,
Right. So according to some of the, industry experts, that cost could be substantial.
substantial. Yeah.
So, we've got George Glassman, right,
Right.
of the Glassman Automotive Group.
That's been Automotive Group. Yep.
And he's predicting, a pretty noticeable price jump
Absolutely.
if these tariffs
If they go into effect.
actually become reality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Making those imported cars less affordable.
It's not what you want to hear when you're planning a big purchase like a new car.
Right. Definitely not what you want to hear when you're
Yeah.
planning to drop some serious cash on a car, right?
Yeah.
And, Glassman even mentioned that it could hit the average consumer pretty hard.
It could. And to give you a sense of just how much we're talking, we've got Jan Griffiths, who used to work in auto supply chains. She estimates that the increase could be anywhere from $600
Wow.
to a whopping $2,500 per vehicle.
$2,500. That's a
It's a chunk of change.
it's a whole other
Yeah.
car payment, right?
It is.
So do you think, do you think
Yeah.
consumers are ready to absorb a cost like that? Or
Yeah, that's a valid question.
will it push them towards,
Other options.
different options?
It might. And Griffith brings up another interesting point here.
Okay.
She sees these tariffs
Yeah.
as a sort of temporary solution, you know? Uh-huh.
A Band-Aid
Okay.
on a much larger issue.
Mhm.
And that is,
Yeah.
the U.S. auto industry.
Okay.
Kind of struggling to stay competitive,
Interesting.
particularly against Chinese manufacturers.
Oh.
Yeah. So slapping a tax on those imports
Uh-huh.
might help a little bit in the short term, but it
Yeah.
won't magically make American cars more
Yeah, more desirable.
desirable.
Right. Interesting. So what is it then? What's the root cause of this?
Well, Griffiths argues that American manufacturers need to step up their game a little bit
Okay.
in terms of, innovation and really adapting to what consumers are looking for and what they want. Specifically, she points to areas like electric vehicles,
Okay.
self-driving technology, things like that, where Chinese companies have really been investing heavily
Right.
while U.S. companies
I've been lagging behind a bit.
have been lagging behind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that tech gap,
Could be a big factor in why people are
choosing Chinese cars over
Chinese car.
American cars.
Yeah.
Interesting. I remember when my dad bought his first American car, this was back in the 80s.
Oh, wow.
And it was this massive, powerful machine.
Yeah.
And, but these days, it seems like everyone is driving either a Toyota or a Hyundai.
It's true. Consumer preferences have shifted.
Yeah, they definitely have.
Yeah.
So, do you think these proposed tariffs could trigger some kind of resurgence
It's hard to say.
in American car buying?
It's hard to say. I think,
Or is it more about the cars themselves?
I think it's a combination of factors. You've got consumer preferences, you've got technological advancements,
Yeah.
you've got these government policies.
Mhm.
I think it's all interconnected.
Right, it's very complex.
It's a complex issue.
Yeah. And, to add to that, not everyone is totally convinced that these tariffs are actually going to happen.
Right, right. Some analysts are suggesting that this might be more of a negotiating tactic from President-elect Trump, a way to, a kind of leverage.
To get better trade deals rather than actually going through with these tariffs.
Interesting. So what does all this mean for you? The listener who's out there thinking about buying a car in 2025.
Right. Well, first off, buckle up.
Okay.
Because these proposed policies could significantly affect how you shop for a car.
Absolutely. You might need to adjust your budget.
Yeah, you might need to adjust your budget.
Or be open to
naturally.
Different options than you initially planned.
Yeah.
So, with those potential cost hikes out there, especially on those popular,
especially on the Japanese and
South Korean brands.
Yeah, and South Korean brands. And then you've got the uncertainty surrounding these tariffs. It's really important to stay in the loop and do your research.
Absolutely.
But here's a thought to kind of leave you with.
Okay.
Could this whole situation actually make buying American-made cars the more attractive option?
It's something to consider. It's something to really think about as you navigate this evolving car buying landscape.
Yeah, definitely. Keep your eyes on the road. Stay informed. And maybe even take a test drive in that classic American muscle car.
Why not?
You've always secretly admired. Right?
Oh.
Might just be the perfect ride for you in 2025.
It just might be.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for us today.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah. We'll catch you next time.
See you later.